Hello YouTube, this is Dark Vigilante bringing you a build variation on the Nova ES Sorc. This is an Infinity Nova ES Sorc, and it's going to be similar to my 200 FCR Nova Sorc. If you haven't checked that out, I will leave a link in the description so you can check out both of them, see which one you like better. Let's go ahead and get started with her inventory, what she's wearing, and what she has in terms of charms. She's using a Scythe Infinity. Now you're going to want to get this as high as you can for the negative to lightning resistance. Obviously negative 55 is the highest. If you can get that, awesome. If you can get as close to it as possible, you know, that's the best you can do. I know that this rune word is expensive, so not everybody's going to be able to continuously re-roll something like this till they get a 55. But if you do use GSP, you will be able to buy one of these negative 55 Infinity Scythes instead of trying to roll it yourself. Up to you. Mage Fist, pretty obvious, faster cast rate, +1 to warmth, regenerate mana 25%. A Soj, again, pretty self-explanatory, skills, more mana. Arachnid Mesh, one of my 10 FCR rings with lots of mana on it. Mana Boots. We have Skin of the Viper Magi for extra resistances. Griffin's Eye with a 5/5 light level up jewel in it, and the reason it's not dye is dyes are really expensive and hard to find, and we're mostly using this build for PVM. If you're going to use this build for PvP, I would highly recommend that you run a dye instead of a level up, obviously, because you might get that guy right as he kills you, so that's up to you how you want to do that. Primarily this build is focused on PVM and not PvP, but people will adapt it and use it for a bunch of different things, so I thought I'd suggest it. I'm using Mara's Kaleidoscope, and the reason I'm using this and not my 2 to Sorc skills 10 FCR is simple. I don't need the extra FCR. I'm not going to break the 200 anyway. I just need to break whatever the 100 or 105 is, and we do that. We accomplish that with this build, so this is a better amulet overall. It will help with my battle orders, and it helps supplement the Infinity because we lost skills here due to having Eschutas and Spirit here before. We have a torch. We have many eclectic mixing of resistance charms and life charms. And then the last thing that we have in here is a bunch of lightning skill grand charms. In terms of her stats, enough strength to use spirit and dump the rest into energy. This is actually a little bit too much on strength, but that's fine. And dump the rest into energy. Make sure your resistances are completely maxed out, obviously. And then skills wise, we are using 1 point into warmth, 1 point into frozen armor. Those are optional, although warmth I don't really feel is optional. I would always put a point in warmth, really no matter what Sorc you build, to be honest. And then lightning skills are bread and butter. We're going to max out lightning mastery, we're going to max out energy shield, telekinesis is also maxed out, and finally Nova will be the last thing that we max out. Underneath that, I have put many points into Thunderstorm, and the reason for that is I'm going straight out damage with this build, and it's going to become obvious in a minute that not having as many points into warmth is not going to be necessary because we have insight. Our Merc, because we are using Infinity, is using insight. Now, if you can, get a 17 meditation or insight, and that will be a lot better. Again, I'm going to reroll mine so that I can get 17 eventually. And then we have an E-bugged Fortitude and then Andariel's Helmet. So guys, without any further delay, let's go ahead and see how she does out here in Act 5 and in Chaos. Okay, and then let's go over here. I think she might actually kill faster. If she's not faster, it's really close, because it seems to me that she's pretty quick. And she's not dying, so that's good. lot of lightning minions, which is kind of unfortunate. But we still took care of them fairly easy. Poison's really the only thing that hurts us. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to support my channel, check out either Patreon or Fiverr. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.